Hello and welcome to Council Recap, where we take the content of the City Council meetings and give you the breakdown. I'm Rasna Suri. The Council meeting began with a series of presentations. Julia Lemus de Solares was celebrated in front of the City Council and community members for her 105th birthday. She was honored with a proclamation for her longevity of life, her devotion to family, and her contributions to Hawthorne. Next, Councilmember Mike Taleda honored the Hawthorne Warriors, AYSO, Region 21, and went over the team's accomplishments. Certificates of recognition were presented to the young athletes. Then, City Treasurer David Patterson explained how investing in the Treasurer's office can potentially help increase funding for the city. One of his recommendations was to hire an investment consultant to help with cash management and investing. Interim City Manager Arnie Shadbeer gave a parking status update regarding preferential parking districts in high-density neighborhoods. He discussed the pros and cons of increasing parking capacity in these congested regions. Shadbeer suggested that one solution might be to require additional parking and guest parking for new, future developments. During the resolutions portion of the meeting, Resolution 8069 called for an engineering report to establish estimated street lighting costs for the 2019-2020 fiscal year within Hawthorne. The Street Lighting Maintenance District has been responsible for the expenses of maintaining and operating the street lighting system. Next, Resolution 8074 proclaimed Wednesday, May 15, 2019 as National Day of Prayer in Hawthorne. Every year, the President of the United States encourages all people of different faiths across the country to turn to God in prayer and meditation for their country and its leaders. Resolution 8075 was also approved, proclaiming May as Lupus Awareness Month and May 15, 2019 as Lupus Awareness Day in Hawthorne. Lupus is an incurable chronic autoimmune disease that can damage any part of the body, including skin, joints, and/or internal organs such as kidneys. Then, Resolution 8081 was approved. It supports Assembly Bill 1694, which would expand the region of San Gabriel and Lower Los Angeles Rivers and Mountains Conservancy to include the Dominguez Channel watershed and Santa Catalina Island. These two areas currently do not lie within the boundaries of a state conservancy. Therefore, they're excluded from certain statewide funding opportunities, such as projects related to public recreation and access. Next, Resolution 8083 authorized the destruction of various city clerk records. It is unnecessary to retain numerous records that are more than 2 years old. These documents no longer have any administrative, legal, evidential, fiscal, research, or historical value. Resolution 8084 declared the city's intention to impose a tax for the removal of weeds and waste. A public hearing is set to be held in the City Council chambers on June 11, 2019 at 6 p.m. to hear protests or objections to weed or cleaning taxes. Resolution 8085 proclaims Saturday, May 18, 2019 as Armed Forces Day, to honor the men and women who have served in the military and appreciate all active duty service members. On behalf of the Council Recap team, we thank you for your service. Next, Resolution 8088 proclaimed May 2019 as Melanoma Awareness Month in Hawthorne. With over 5 million cases diagnosed in the United States each year, skin cancer is the most common cancer in the U.S. By raising awareness of the dangers of unprotected exposure and encouraging sun-safe habits, such as wearing sunscreen, we can help save lives. Resolution 8090 made another proclamation for May 2019 as Mental Health Awareness Month in our city. This year's focus is to deepen the awareness by highlighting the link between mental and physical mental health. Animal companionship, spirituality, work-life balance, and social connections are just a few of the methods we can use to boost our mental health and general wellness. Next, Resolution 8091 authorized the city to submit an application to match funding for a Federal Aviation Administration grant. The grant was sought for the design of a runway rehabilitation project, which has already been initiated by the Public Works Department. The project will consist of crack sealing, seal coat, and new markings. Resolution 8092 authorized the destruction of various Finance Department records which have been maintained for the required period of time. These records no longer have any administrative, legal, evidential, fiscal, research, or historical value. Resolution 8093, which opposes Assembly Bill 1356, was approved. AB 1356 requires cities to issue cannabis licenses based solely on the percentage of city residents who voted in favor of cannabis sales. The City Council believes that the bill ultimately strips cities and counties of the ability to ban or regulate retail commercial cannabis businesses. Next, Resolution 8094, which opposes Assembly Bill 1763, was also approved. AB 1763 involves the density bonus law. It requires a city to provide a developer who proposes a housing development with a density bonus if the developer agrees to construct a specified percentage of units for very low income, or moderate income households or qualifying residents. Although the California Constitution requires the state to reimburse local agencies and school districts for certain costs mandated by the state, AB 1763 would provide no reimbursement to local agencies. Therefore, the City Council opposes AB 1763. Lastly, Resolution 8070 approved the issuance and sale of bonds in an amount not to exceed $123 million to refund certain pension obligations. During the ordinances portion of the meeting, Ordinance 2179 was approved. As of January 1, 2019, a government code change prohibits local entities from requiring a business license of any taxi company that is not substantially located in Hawthorne. This ordinance will add wording to define substantially located as a taxicab company whose primary address is in the city's jurisdiction. Additionally, the ordinance will be amended to state that a permit is required only for automobiles which are located substantially in the city. Ordinance 2182 was also approved. It amends the Hawthorne Municipal Code relating to structures and signage in residential zones. The city wants to avoid unintentional violation of free speech laws. Under the city manager's consent calendar, the city approved an agreement with the LDM Associates Incorporated for the CDBG and Home Investment Partnership Program consulting services. The nature of the work includes loan service fees, applicant pre-approval processes, property inspection and work specifications, bid and construction processes, and assistance with lead-based paint abatement services. Progress Payment 11 was made to Shannon Corporation for the El Segundo Boulevard Improvement Project. The work consisted of traffic signal upgrades, installation of new signs and poles, and pavement resurfacing. Progress Payment 3 was issued to Elecnor Belco Electric Incorporated for Phase 1 of the Prairie Avenue Improvement Project. The work includes replacement of existing traffic signal equipment from Marine Avenue to El Segundo Boulevard. The City Council has chosen DRC Engineering Incorporated as the most qualified proposer to perform topographic surveying services in conjunction with the 120th Street Improvement Project from Crenshaw Boulevard to Felton Avenue. Progress Payment 2 was made to Parties Air Incorporated for the purchase and installation of new air conditioning units for the Police Department building. The payment also covers the fees for all necessary labor and materials. The last item on the City Manager's consent calendar was to file the annual Housing Element Progress Report for the 2018 calendar year. The report summarizes housing building permit activity according to income level for 2018. Under the City Attorney's consent calendar, 2 claims were denied. Thank you for joining us for Council Recap. Remember, you can watch City Council meetings in their entirety by going to www.youtube.com and searching for Hawthorne Community Television. See you next time.